2 months ago marked the full release of Shapez 2, and we've been hard at work on the next update, and I'm pleased to report today not only what is coming, but also when. So let's get started. Now, before we cover what's coming in 1.1, I'd like to set expectations both for this update and future updates. Firstly, a few of you have asked regarding a roadmap, and though we can appreciate why a roadmap would be useful, knowing where it is that we're heading, it's not something that we're planning on releasing. The reason for this is a roadmap restricts us to a specific path with little divergence, whereas we've always liked to focus on a mutual relationship between us, the developers, and you, the community. Hearing what it is that you'd like to see, and if that fits with our vision of the game, then that's what we invest our time into. It's a more fluid dynamic, and one that's at the heart of everything that we've done from the very beginning. That's also why we can't give specific dates, but at the same time it does mean that we can release updates as soon as they're ready. That does mean that when it comes to updates, they may be shipped as smaller updates rather than multiple features packaged into a single large update every 12 months like some of the other developers do. Which actually draws us to our first update, 1.1. Now this is going to be focused around the new manufacture game mode, so we've had lots of feedback regarding it, and whilst we noted lots of you have really enjoyed the experience, you equally found it a touch too easy, and we're pleased to say that 1.1 will see with it the release of hard mode, and with it each of the manufacturers will require extra steps to produce the converter shapes, and we've also adjusted the shapes of the converter buildings themselves, all adding up to a much more challenging experience from the get-go. And for those of you that do complete this, you will also have access to an additional operator badge. Alongside this, we've also been working through various bugs which you've spotted, from the bigger delays when handling larger blueprints, and also train predictions showing in the wrong area under certain conditions, as well as various LOD bugs as well. So come 1.1, you should have a much smoother experience, which also brings us now to the release date, and I can confirm update 1.1 will be available to everyone on June the 25th, which is a week from today, so you won't be waiting months on end for it to release. Also, speaking of releases, you may have also noticed the sneak peek last week of our upcoming Hyper Skin DLC, which will see the game take on a new look. This is the skin DLC that was actually most upvoted with the community Discord poll that we had, and will change the look of both the Vortex and also trains, giving them a sleek, smooth sci-fi appearance. So if this is something that you are excited for, then do head over to the Steam page. I'll link it in the description below so you can wishlist it today. And for those of you with the supporter edition, we've also added a Vortex skin just for you. You may be wondering why we chose a skin DLC, and this comes down to some bigger improvements that we have planned for Shapez 2. So we want to see you have more customization options, making your worlds feel a little bit more unique. And the first step for us was to see what areas of the game could be switched easily, and trains clearly stood out as this cool central element for us to work around. The only issue, of course, with this is that they're available later in the game, so we also wanted to include something that's available from the get-go, such as the Vortex, providing, of course, that you're playing the classic experience. Now, our next step in the process was to reach out to you, the community, to get a feel what you felt about it, and then we had the Discord poll showing off 4 different styles, and the one with the most votes was selected. We then set to work on the Vortex and train skin elements across several iterations, and realized we could add some cool transition visuals along the way as well. Better yet, with this we've been able to develop a new additional content menu in-game, which will bring all of your DLCs under one roof. You'll then be able to turn them on or off depending on the vibe that you're looking for, allowing you to kind of mix and match as you see fit. Now, this change also paves the way for us to easily implement other additional content in the future, which I look forward to talking to you all about when the time is ready. And don't worry, we're not going to go all down the cosmetic DLCs route in the future. We know Shapez 2 is an incredibly deep and complex game, and we want to continue to add that depth for future updates. And we'll also be accompanying any DLC that we release with patches to various bugs and free improvements as well, such as the hard mode that we've just added for 1.1. And of course, it does go without saying, but the proceeds from any DLC does go back into the continued development of Shapez 2. So if you do end up buying it, you will be helping us continue to make the game much better. So let us know in the comments below whether you're excited for the first update and getting to grips with the new manufacture mode, hard mode, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe on here and do click the bell icon to be notified when our videos go live, as we'll also be sharing some more information regarding Shapez 2's continued development and also Project 3 in the coming months. But until next time, thanks for watching.